Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate General American American Revolution. This is episode number 30 of our Let's Play series of this early access game that is on Steam and being developed by Game Labs. And in our previous episode, we had to deal with a British counterattack in the northeast. We were getting very close to an amphibious assault on New York, which could number over 20,000 troops total, if I am correct in my understanding of what the British might throw at us. And so we're trying to prepare for that. Like, those are numbers that are overwhelming to a degree that I don't think we could really have much hope in doing much more than trying to bloody and blunt them enough so that after we lose half a dozen cities, you know, they'll be spread out and garrisoned enough that we can allow their momentum to sort of stall, and then we can rebuild our armies and counterattack them. That's kind of my thought of where the New York campaign will go, but I don't know because I've never played this far into this campaign. What I do know is that right now we're at the tail end of a British counterattack in the northeast. They landed about 3,400 troops near Falmouth. We destroyed them with an army under Benedict Arnold. Then they landed about 5,400 troops north near Castine in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. They overran Castine, overran Fort Polnow, and then also drove north and took a couple of other cities near some native settlements. And they were having quite a bit of success there, but the army under Benedict Arnold has arrived. We did defeat the British in a battle at the end of yesterday's video, and so now we're in a situation where we should have an advantage, but the British are bringing some cavalry to play, so we'll see how that, works. Cavalry has sort of been it's a little bit of a glass cannon, but it is a powerful glass cannon. They're vulnerable once they are tired, but they can nuke whole companies and regiments pretty quickly if you leave them out in the open. So that being said, I think we should still win this battle, and if we do, then I think the northern offensive is finished, and we will be moving very quickly because we are very close to the start of the New York campaign, which starts, I believe, on August 12th or 13th is when the map expands to New York. But that'll be likely a topic for another video. This was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, so if you are interested in following those, link in the description. But without further ado, let's jump right into this fight, and I'll catch you guys at the end. Well, if their troops are going to move toward me, I'm getting my troops into the wood line. I thought I was going to have to surround and assault the fort, but that may not be the case. I want all the troops I can get into the forests, though, because enemy cavalry is very bad to fight in the open. It is very easy to kill when you have cover. It is not easy to kill when you do not. Alright, so enemy skirmishers are moving forward. The horsemen are already rushing on us, so let's get... It's nice that we're formed up in this big wood line, though. That should help a lot. Alright, so some of our troops did fire a volley at that cavalry. We got a horseman! We got two! Sorry, that's mean. Poor horsies. Maybe if we kill some cavalry, we can stockpile up captured horses of our own? I'm curious if the enemy will actually try and charge us in the wood line. The last time we fought cavalry, they kind of played a game of cat and mouse, forward and back, and then they charged and completely wrecked us. They seem to be doing the same thing, except this time, unlike that prior battle, I don't have a huge wing of my army out in the open. So the wood line may be something they don't want to charge into. This right flank set of 2 divisions is maybe not well positioned. I also don't really have reserves here in the center, so let's move these boys up. Got our guns established on the left flank. I would think artillery would be pretty useful versus cavalry, but... I want to charge this company of irregular infantry, and I'm okay with that. But I don't know why they keep charging cavalry forward and then getting them in trouble. The only answer I have is that maybe some of the troops that I have were not visible to them, and so they race forward and then they get surprised when the fog of war drops. Alright, they're breaking my right flank. So they're charging my troops in the woods, and my troops in the woods seem to be doing pretty good against them. We shattered that enemy unit. Hell yeah, brothers. Alright, well they're gonna break my right flank, but I destroyed 1 enemy cavalry company, so that's good. The ones on the left flank don't seem to be doing anything. This wood line seems to be a little... I don't know that I'd go so far as to say it's a Gibraltar to them, but it sure has proven difficult for them to crack. Let's get Arnold over here on the right to help, though, because we don't have a lot of depth to our line. They did break us on the right. Bring up some reserves, because once there's a little bit of a salient here on the right, if they break through the first unit, then it's right onto the artillery and then right through the line. Friendly fire? Who's shooting at them? Alright, shattered that light company, thankfully. They did break the nose of the line, but the artillery is holding firm. 2 more cavalry companies on the left flank. I wonder if the enemy will retreat into the fort and we'll have sort of a second phase of the battle. The advantage we have is our guns are pretty close to where the fighting is occurring, so they're supporting at close range. They're being driven back. We got troops that are getting picked on the right, the far right flank. I think those were troops on our right that had been driven back previously. Let's advance to this wood line up here. Just gonna keep eating artillery fire? Like, what are you trying to lure me into? Or are you just dumb? Definitely a possibility. Alright, they're routing from the map. this battery of artillery before it canisters him to death. I think so. Oh, hey, they captured the soldiers. Even better. Enemy light infantry here in the open. What they make up for in lack of formation, they may lose in the fact that our troops are in pretty good cover. Hopefully, anyway. Alright, these boys routed those. Push them off their guns, at least temporarily. I wish it was easier to take enemy guns. Like, you should be able to occupy those guns a little more easily, I think. We still got the fort up here, right? Yeah. Nice. We got 20 cavalry trapped between 400 muskets on each flank. What a confused little fight. Yeah. Another one of those battles where there's more casualties to gunfire than there was in the whole war. That would be true. Front rank, new. Alright, I think we shattered that cavalry regiment. Or company, or whatever. Kind of surprised they haven't started retreating yet. We're getting real close to the fort. I don't know if they've got a bunch of troops in there that they haven't committed yet. Surely they've got some artillery too. Alright, looks like they do have at least 2 batteries. No, maybe 3. 1 battery here, 1 battery here, 1 battery here. So we'll probably want to avoid attacking the fort directly. Ooh, alright, go ahead and fall back. Let's wait till we can bring up all of our troops. I want to clear this left flank.
Ready! Ready!
Poor light infantry, they just got wrecked. Alright, left flank is, I think, secure. Right flank looks secure. Maybe you can go charge them and get them out of here. See if we can charge these guys, get around the fort. It'd be nice to bag whoever's left in the fort. Well, right. Alright, you're outnumbered 3-1. You're in good shape. You have Besses, right? Nope, civilian muskets, no bayonet. That was an ill-advised charge. Alright, good job. Go join that other attack. Good job. Alright, we captured both those companies. Okay, the enemy is considerably weaker than they were not long ago. You guys have brown buses. You're militia, though, so probably not as good at fighting. Okay, they just shattered some bad guys. That's good. They're actually behind the fort, so why don't you guys set up over here? All right. Let's move our artillery up. We should get a, like... Oh, they're retreating. Is this another cavalry unit? Where are they going to retreat to, actually? This might be an opportunity here. I don't have troops on that flank to close that. Run over there! Is their general gonna get out? He might. They're trying to retreat. Don't let them. Get the bastards. Arbutnata's gonna get out. Bastard escaped. Save yourselves! Charge! 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 Finish the assholes off. Don't let him get out of here. Friendly fire. I had some of my troops fire a volley into those jerks and try and charge them. Okay. Is that everybody? I mean, it's everybody I see on the map anyway. So I guess that's it for the battle. There are more troops somewhere, but I don't know where. So, victory. All right, back to global map. Enemy had 2,300 troops going in. They lost about 1,000 casualties and 300 prisoners. They lost 100 cavalry of their 200, so more than half their cavalry lost. Almost all their guns lost. More than half their infantry lost. We lost 500 men, so I'd say that was a pretty damn good victory for Benedict Arnold. Much better results against enemy cavalry than the last time we fought them. And I think the northern invasion of Castine is pretty much all but crushed, I would assume, as a result of these victories. So we'll try and push in on Pownal. They've got about 200 cavalry coming up, which could pose a problem. I don't know if there's any chance these enemies will surrender. I don't need those muskets. I want... So this enemy, the other 200 enemy cavalry did charge forward and acted kind of like a rear guard, by the looks of it. And then surrendered, so... Okay. Alright, so... we successfully retook Pownal and Castine. Now we gotta advance on Velamusk. I'm assuming with the losses the enemy has sustained, they will not be in good enough shape to take Matagunk, or again, however you pronounce that. I don't know if there's another battle going anywhere else. It doesn't look like it. I mean, the losses they lost a lot more than what they've just lost. So, yeah, I would agree. London would not be happy. But also, like, these losses have been small compared to what they lost in other fights. Alright, boys. You gained some spoils. Let's go finish the enemy off at Welmansk. They do not have 4,800 troops left. They better not. I don't know where they would have been from. Oh, 1,800. Alright.
Hold the line.
Where did the wagons go? Oh, they're back at Frank. I was like, I know we got wagons somewhere. So those prisoners we took... 152 of them just went right back into Pownal. 312 are at Castine. Is that a regular unit at Pownal? I thought I left militia behind, but... it appears to be... Nope, they're militia. I don't know why it's got the U.S. flag there. That's weird. Usually the flag goes away if it's militia and it's replaced by the state flag. Alright, so we raised another company of militia down by Hartford, or another regiment of militia down by Hartford. I don't need more officers right now. Hunter rifle, yes please. I would like to have some actual sharpshooters, but to do that I need actual muskets for that. Alright, let's pause. Not all factories are blah blah blah. Merchant shop completed. Pownal lost. Construction completed. Oh god. Okay, I guess I'll worry about the logistics after we fight this last battle. Presumably the last battle. Enemy is much weaker. They're going to surrender, but they're retreat. But where will they retreat to? Because I don't know where they have to retreat to. They do have a couple of fresh regiments, literally 2. Our troops are pretty bloodied. It doesn't look like they are heavily outnumbered. Like, these numbers here look closer than maybe they feel. But it could be also because their troops have lost so many battles recently, their morale may be very low. So we'll see. We'll fight one more battle. We'll see if we can wipe them out. And we'll probably have to wrap it up soon here before we actually get to the New York campaign. But we're very close. I didn't even look at the date. August 8th. So I think New York starts in like 4 days. Why are we in a swamp? Get out of the swamp, Arnold. Oh, what a miserable map to be fighting in. I love it. Gives a little bit of variety here, but what a miserable map to be fighting in. Also, moving through water is not good for troops' morale and conditioning. So this is one of those maps that I don't think the AI is coded well enough to fight on, because they're just going to get themselves wrecked moving around on it. But it's a cool map. Alright, is that everybody? Nope, we got other troops literally just like, hey, who cares about keeping your powder dry? Just give us some cannons in the swamp. Alright. Where are they anyway? I didn't even look. Well, someone's shooting. If they want to come along this narrow peninsula right at me, by all means, good luck with that. The question is, do they actually retreat, or do they realize this is their last, they have nowhere to retreat to? And if they realize they have nowhere to retreat to, do they fight to the end? Like, last stand type stuff? Or do they just surrender on the strategic map, which is another possibility when they have nowhere to retreat to? See, like, the AI is not very smart. Let's just march redcoats and all straight through this swamp, and that fatigues the hell out of them. My troops all sitting high and pretty and dry up here. I don't really want to move my boys into the water here. They really shouldn't. Can you just shoot from here? Can you melee these assholes? Oh no, of course you got civilian muskets, so maybe don't do that. Nice volley there, 170 shots and you got 2 kills? Yeah, the enemy doesn't like fighting in water. Who would have thought? Alright, let's see if we can get into melee with these assholes. Arbuthnot! I'm guessing they will not oblige us. And they're faster than regular infantry is too, so... I want them to come to me. I don't want to march toward them in the water, but it's also kind of like... At some point, I don't want to just sit here. Those light infantry held off my troops with civilian muskets, attempt to melee them. Alright, cool. They fired their volley outside canister range at these 200 men. Meanwhile, the 120 men charged past the left of those boys, right into the guns. We've got brown besses on these boys. They should melee better than my other troops. They are. Looks like the enemy numbers are quickly deteriorating. And they're routing. They may surrender, too. We'll see. These boys are going to retreat, huh? Man the guns! Then you can fire canister into those assholes and break them that way. The swamp attack! Yes, everybody knows the famous swamp attack. Oh, they don't have any ammo? Well, shoot. We got boys with ammo. Go get them some. It'll take you forever to get up there, but... And the troops on the way might strip you of all your ammo, but... Into the swamp, boys! Just where you want to be. I know, I'm being dumb. I'm losing my patience and, as a result, losing some men. Well, who's flanking you? But can you guys get out of there? Can you get your guns out of there? Alright, they destroyed that enemy artillery piece, at least. Okay. Enemy light troops are charging up into our flank. Driving off my quartermasters. Don't worry, I just had to pivot one regiment and I drove them back off. Purser Pringle has surrendered? Who the hell is... What kind of name is that? That had to be like a community name, right? Someone's like, I want my name in the game and I'm a backer. I don't know who you're shooting at, but there's some sort of shooting going on that flank. Victory! The enemy's retreating! I don't really feel like pursuing them throughout this map, so we'll end that. Enemy had 76 surrenders, 774 casualties versus 273. He popped once and he never stopped, so we lost about 10% of our force, a little bit more. They lost a little bit more than 1/3. Almost 1/2. Okay. I'd say that's another pretty astonishing victory for the Colonials. At the Redcoats' expense. Let's see if we wipe the whole army or if they retreat to some hidey hole in the forest, Sauron style. Surrender. Surrender. Yeah, I assume if they don't have anywhere to retreat to, they just surrender? I don't know about the general. Where would he, like... We've killed a general on the battlefield? I've never killed them on the strategic map. Well, I mean, they die on the strategic map, but... If they're killed in battle, but I've never seen them... You know what they should have in this game is they should have, like, if you capture or kill an enemy general, that should have some sort of meaning. Challenge him to a duel. His boys seem to be putting up a fight. I hope that my troops are, some of them are out of ammo donation. Is this like one of those things where they can't be defeated? He's just like slowly being pushed back. When we pushed him into the ocean over here previously for a different general, I remember. Alright, you go back and take the city at least. Or maybe... one of these units. Alright, he's gone. He's dead! I mean, like, he's still kind of sort of there, but he's gone. Victory! On the eve of New York. What do you want to give me now? Brown vessels for 3 grand? No. I probably just captured a whole bunch of brown vessels. Alright, these are militia, right? Yeah. So, we're going to split this brigade. Well, actually, I don't even think any of these troops need to garrison up here because we've got Ward coming down. So we'll send some of these, we'll send everybody back. You'll have to regroup down there near Boston. Ward, you'll retake the town. And... I'm not ready for the invasion of New York, that's for sure. Right, you go from Hartford to Montgomery, I think, right? I mean, I don't know what we're going to get because we spent the 10 grand to, quote, prepare, but I'm a little nervous. All right, meanwhile, new projects can be assigned. Maybe can go back to their pirate chasing or charters. Quartermaster. Do that. My prestige is back up over 100. Hooray! Which might be useful to get dragoons right quick in 4 days when I've got the reputation down far enough. Not all factors are being used. Willamuk was lost. Castine was captured. Prisoners liberated. Printing press completed. Specialist recruitment finished. Fort Pownell was captured. Textiles was finished. Quartermaster's finished. And we've been informed that our infantry regiment, commanded by Manly Pulling, was found dead near Madison Militia Brigade. Eat it. All right. All right. So Willamuk has been reconquered. You like how the promotion bots are not polite? Yeah, that's very kind of them. Benedict Arnold, hero of the revolution. All of his talent skills go way up also. So the British invasion fails miserably. Pownal. 500 prisoners at Pownal now. I wish you could relocate the POWs. Like, pool them all in Boston and make a super project, you know? Alright, so... Alright, so... Income-wise, we're positive that week? There's no way. Market. Resources. We have gained more wood. So we'll sell. We're like, you know, keeping 500 in stockpile feels more than enough. Construction materials, I'm not using like any of that right now because I've been busy fighting. We will use some of it, but 300 in storage is probably enough. Horses were at 155. There's also 153 on the market. So once we get dragoons here right soon, that'll be nice. Furs, we're up to 14, so we can go ahead and sell those. We have 63 wagons. We could probably slow production of wagons for now. I don't have a use for all those, and they're not profitable to make for me to make and then sell on the market. I think they cost more than 200 to produce. If we go to the production management screen, they are 600 to produce? Or is that 600 for 3? So maybe that's a break even to produce. That's where our horses that we captured are going, is to the wagons. I don't really need more of those right now, I don't think. Maybe once we'll keep them. We might need some for some reinforcements with the casualties that were lost in the supply companies, but... U.S. muskets, we've got plenty. Virginia muskets, plenty. Brown Besses, over 3,000 Brown Besses. They might be the best musket that is available in the game so far. They definitely have the best melee of any musket so far. Some of the French ones have slightly better reloads. The Virginia's a close analog, but slightly inferior to it. Just by a 0.3 on melee. I'd like to buy more hunters, but I don't have the money for that. Cannons, we have 18 6-pound field guns. I would like to overhaul some of my other artillery batteries to get more of those. Those are sort of the gold standard artillery piece. 12-pounders are good, too. They're just much more scarce. We captured a few more land service mortars, went from 8 to 2. But, yeah, we could buy some ships, too. We could buy a 6th-rate sloop of war. We have the cash. I don't know that I would want to do it, but we could, theoretically. I want to take on building a navy. And... yeah, that's a lot of muskets. Some of those we could sell for cash if we need to, but we got 28,000 in the bank right now. I think more than anything, it's getting some of these battered regiments back into their towns so they can draw recruits and then see where our specialists are at after that. I do suppose... oh, shit. The map expanded. Did that just expand today? That must have just been today. Okay. New York is here. Very, very small force in New York, but we spent 10 grand to prepare for the defense of New York, and you're saying I get 300 men in New York and 300 men in Hempstead? Also, Albany is now on the front line. We probably want to throw a garrison into Saratoga too for the same reason. We could move down the St. Lawrence River and take Levy, Russell, and Frontenac, which would secure our left flank probably for the duration of the war. And then Horatio Gates could launch a inland campaign against the forts in here, securing Albany and moving the front line west. Could be a viable approach. We got a single regiment of troops in Wyoming. We've discovered New York. I'm just very curious why it made me spend 10 grand to prepare defenses of New York when it's just a bunch of militia using civilian muskets. Unless some new troops will spawn when the actual invasion begins, maybe? Just maybe?
Advance quickly.
They did for you. Maybe they'll spawn defense of New York. Thanks to the allocation of funds and weapons, local patriots managed to create serious forces to protect the city from the British. 1,800 troops arrive in New York. Okay. So 1,800 troops, they're all militia, aren't they? Yeah. They all have junky weapons. Didn't I give them better weapons? I thought I gave them better weapons. Okay, so we've got 2,100 troops at New York. New Haven, we need to build a blocking regiment, I think. All right, so we're going to build a blocking regiment at New Haven to protect Hartford. We're going to move Butcher and these regulars into Montgomery, and then we're going to move down from Montgomery to try and get Clinton before the main force arrives. So then we can link all these troops together and have, I don't know, 6,000 troops or something like that. I think I'm also going to launch an offensive with Horatio Gates. Is Levy the right direction to go? Maybe. The map expand any further northeast? No. We need to get Benedict Arnold's boys south also, but they're going to need time. Time I probably don't have. But that's a problem for the next episode. We've been going for almost an hour, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here. Some more victories for us. Meanwhile, the map is expanded. We will see how things play out in our next episode. Until our next episode, however, this is the Historical Gamer once again saying thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.